Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel adilshare.pro. Today we are going to learn how to develop a portfolio website using Next.js 13 beta version. If you are a developer and you don't have a website of your own, then you must be missing a lot of action from the market, and chances are that you are not be seen as a credible person or as a credible resource in the eyes of the clients. So let's get started, build your own portfolio website and build some credibility. Let's get started right away. First of all, we will need Node version, and we are going to install NVM to handle multiple versions of Node inside our project. Here we are going to look for the installer, and installer will install the NVM for us. I'm inside the GitHub repository of NVM. Here we have the NVM setup file, that one, and we are going to save it, and we're going to install it using its installer. Let's extract it and execute exe file. We have this exe file and it will install the NVM for us in our project. Just have to go through these steps to install it. And next thing we know, I already have Node version 14 and I'm going to install more versions, but with NVM. So let's go to the command prompt, run as administrator. Here we are going to see an NVM version, it's installed, and we are going to install 16.0. It's getting installed. It will take a few seconds, and it's installed. Now we have multiple versions, as you can see on the screen. We are going to use 18.0. I've installed the GitHub Copilot extension as well, as you can see. Now I am going to create a new Next app, the latest version. Here it will take again a few seconds. It will take us through some default steps. So we have to name our project over here first of all. And we can name our project like something portfolio app or maybe portfolio Next.js, but let's do it. And I'll just keep the default options. You can check them later. We are going to use Tailwind CSS. It is also included in the default options. Will again take a few seconds. And it's done. Over here we have the file structure. Everything is installed here. We're going to use this app folder to build our project. First of all, we have to JSON file. We have created a JSON file and we are going to put some objects in it. This will be the data that we will later on fetch inside our page.tsx. This is the name. You can put any name over here. I'm going to put my name, and next thing we're going to put a subtitle and also an avatar, the image that will be displayed with my name and subtitle. We're going to use the default GitHub picture that is provided, and the GitHub Copilot actually generated the code for me. So that's one use of the GitHub Copilot, that it actually helps to generate more code. We are going to put our links for all the projects. This will be an array of objects. We will have a name and also a URL. As you can see, the URL, we can put any website URL over here. I have built a website with the name of Code Genie, and yeah, that's the URL, codegenie.adilshare.pro. And that's it. Let's rename the name as well. We can put more objects here, as many as we want, so later on we will only map all these objects and we will fetch them inside our page.tsx. So it won't matter how much objects do you want to put here. I think 2 would be enough for now. Let's go to next thing, that will be our social links. So let's name it socials. So socials, and socials will have, again, as you can see, the GitHub has provided us with the Copilot. GitHub Copilot has provided us with some template code. Again, we have GitHub. I'm going to put my GitHub URL here. Since I have used it so many times, Copilot knows that this is my GitHub profile URL. If you're using it for the first time, it may not generate this code for you. Don't worry if it doesn't. I think 2 would be enough again here, 1 for GitHub, 1 for LinkedIn. And our data.json is complete here. Next thing, we are going to fetch this data.json inside our page.tsx. Let's go to the page.tsx inside the app folder. We don't need all this code, the template code that comes with the installation. So we're going to remove it. We are going to import the data.json inside here. Import data from, and we will give the path. Next thing we know, we are going to, basically these are the icons that I'm going to use, SVG icons. You can easily install them. You can find them on the internet. So don't worry if you don't find them. I'll put a link in the description for these links as well. We are going to make a function for our link card, the cards that we have provided the data in the JSON file. So we're going to make a function for that, and we will be providing all those links inside that function. Function will be named as link card. And link card will have the parameters, the URL, the name that we have already provided inside our data.json. And we will also typecast it because we are using TypeScript. So we must mention that for each parameter, either is it a string or an int or whatever. Let's write the definition of the function. Just be sure to do not make any syntax mistakes. Here we will put our links and let's put on an href. Href will be simple URL that we already have inside our data.json file. Target will be blank so that each link will open in a new window, in a new tab basically. Copilot is not working at the current time, so don't worry, we know how to code. Just follow along and you'll be doing fine. Let's give it some classes. Oops. Class name. Class name will be flex. Let's give it flex column or item center. Let's give it a padding of 1. Width will be full. To take the full width and it will be rounded corners. On hover, we are going to scale it to, let's say, 105. And we will also put a transition. Transition will be applied to all of them. And we will have a background color, gray, and 300 version. Variation 300 would be fine, while MB3 max width 3XL. That would look good. Don't worry, we'll have a visual as well, but right now we can't since we haven't defined anything inside our main component. This is just a function. We'll finish it and later on we'll see how it will look in the browser. We're right now defining a div for our cards, and this will give us the image here. We'll put the image inside this div. We'll check for the image. If the image is available, it will give us the image. But I haven't defined the image, so let's define the image here as well. Typecast it. Image is also a string. Let's continue working on the image. We'll be using the default Next.js image component, and we'll give it a rounded class for small screens. Alt attribute is important. Without it, it won't work. So let's keep it dynamic as well. For each image, the name will be the alt attribute as well. And we'll give the source over here, the URL, and also view width and a height as well. 40 would be good enough, I guess. We can always change them later. Just focusing on completing this part so that we can have a visual finally on our browser. Let's put our name here just below the image. We'll define the classes, text, justify center, item center. We have font. Let's give it a semi-bold variation and width full. It actually takes the full width of the element, and let's give it a variation of 700 of text gray, and that's it. We will also have a dynamic name here for each card. We'll start with the wrapper function so that we don't have any issues having multiple elements here. We'll define the main div, and this will have the item center flex as usual, and we are going to define it in a column. So flex call mx auto, width, take the full width, justify center. Let's give it a margin top of 15 and also padding, let's say 8. Another image goes here. This will be the avatar that we have defined in the JSON file. Rounded, full, and alt attribute. We will define the data dot name, and the source will be data dot URL will be image URL image. Avatar. Let's put here avatar. Now there is gone. Next we will have the target blank, so that, well, we don't have a no, this is not an anchor tag. So no, this is not a link. We won't have a target here. Let's just give it a width and a height. That's our image, and with our image we will also have now a name. Let's give it an h1 tag, class name, attribute. We'll put the font bold because we want it to be highlighted as our name. Let's give it some margins and text extra large, text white. Let's call our name data.name. This will be again dynamic as we have defined it inside the data.json. We will have also the subtitle. Subtitle will just copy and paste the line and change the required elements accordingly. Don't need the text extra large since it's our subtitle. We need to fix our margins as well. This will be our avatar name and subtitle. I think we are ready to view the cards, but let's put our links as well. We'll map the array of the links and we'll call each link inside here. And inside this function, we are going to define the link card component that we have defined above. Key is important, it should be unique, so let's call it link.name or URL, let's say. And we'll use this spread operator. Yeah, I think we are ready to view it inside our browser. I hope it looks good. Let's view it. We have this background color. Okay, so we have an error. Not so surprised because we are never a good developer without facing some errors. The error is coming from this JSON file of URL attribute, and its URL, it was image. Yes, it's an image, not a URL. URL goes in the A tag, and image is where it should be. Tada! It is done. We have our links, we have our name, we have our subtitle. Let's put the name a little bit bigger, so for Excel would look better. Yes, looks better. Okay, so we have our image as well. I didn't have my Wi-Fi connected for a while, so it was not displayed since it is a live URL. All right, this looks good. And top margin, yes, I think it will work. Yeah, for some reason it didn't pick the MT15, but now it's working. Yeah, looks good, looks good. We can move ahead with our YouTube video. We are going to put a YouTube video embedded link over here as well. Let's define the div for it. Div class name. Let's call it. No, I think we have to change these classes. Yeah, we have to fix the width and the height according to the ratios of our short video. We'll copy the video link, the embedded video link from YouTube. That's the way we copy the snippet for iframe from YouTube Shorts. Frame border is a deprecated attribute, we won't be using it, and it's just a way we define attributes inside Next.js. It should be camel case. All right, let's see our video. How does it look? Save it. And it's taking some time. Yes, it's here. So you can see the video is also here. And next thing we know, we are going to put our social links over here. For social links, we can use these classes. just with the text white additional class. So we have our div for the social links. Will again map the links, the socials array, and also we'll put each link right here. We have two links, one for GitHub, one for the LinkedIn. So the way we are going to define them over here, we'll put the anchor tag, the key as usual. Yeah, we're going to use generated code by our beloved code pilot. And yeah, that's the way we are going to do it. No, we are actually going to check if our social, uh, if it contains the, it includes, I think it's includes. Yeah, URL dot includes GitHub, the keyword, it will show us the GitHub icon. And the second case, we will have the LinkedIn. And if there is no such case available, then just give us a null value, but yeah, LinkedIn icon. And if there is no such value, then just leave it as null. That's it for our social icons. Now we have our whole format available inside the browser. How amazing it looks just in a few minutes. I mean, it's not even half an hour if you really look into it. We also have to put a tagline for the footer. Footer will take the my, I mean top and the bottom margin, and we'll just put a line of text that would say build with love in Next.js. That's just a way to tell everyone that, hey, we have used Next.js to develop it. So they will know it's not just normal HTML, it's being built in Next.js. Although we have just initiated a project using Next.js, and we have used all the HTML elements inside our page.tsx with a few tweaks or with a few exceptions that TypeScript has. So TypeScript again is not really a hard to learn language. You can see the socials, the cards, the video, the avatar, everything. That's the whole view, the full view, how amazing it looks. That's exactly how you can build your own portfolio website. You just have to put more links inside it. Just go to data.json and put more links, put more objects as I have described before. That's all you have to do. You don't have to change this code, this set of code. Last thing we know, we have deployed on Vercel as well. So let's get to it, and we'll deploy it on Vercel so that a client or any other person would be able to see your project. In the Vercel, we will log in with GitHub. You can log in with any of your required options or available options. Doesn't matter really. Sometimes it gives some error. We are inside our Vercel. I already have a few projects deployed. My own portfolio website is also deployed on this. Now we have to, first of all, we have to push our code to GitHub. So let's go to the GitHub. And this is my GitHub profile. You can see. You can also tweak your home page, your home page of the profile like this. You want to know how to do this? Let me know in the comment section and I'll let you know. Exactly, that's my latest tweet on Twitter. And you can also buy me a coffee that I can keep posting such tutorials. Let's move to our repository. We have to create a new repository. For this, name it whatever you like. Let's name it Next.js portfolio. We'll keep it public and create it. That's all you have to do to create a new repository, and you are going to push the code using all those commands. So let's initialize the repository. The git inside our project, git add dot will add every other file to staging. We'll commit all the files from the staging process. Now we have to just copy and paste these commands. Don't worry what they're doing, they're just basic commands you have to do every time you have to follow or push the code to GitHub. That's how you are going to connect your repository to your project, and you're going to push the code using this command. If you're doing it for the first time or you're not signed into your GitHub inside the VS Code, it will be prompted. You will get a prompt like this. Since I'm already logged in inside my browser, I won't have to perform any additional steps. And I'll go back right inside my VS Code. Yes, the code is pushed. Now we will view it inside our GitHub. Let's go to our repository. Here is our repository, and yes, we have every other file inside our project pushed to this repository on the GitHub. Next, we will go to the Vercel. We will search for our repository, but we won't find it because we have to configure it first. Inside our GitHub, we will select the repository and save it. That's all. And we'll search it again. Here, we'll select it and it will be imported. Now we have to name our project. We can name it anything. We can put some environment variables. If you have environment variable inside your project, you can just copy paste them from here. Since we don't have it, we'll directly deploy it, nothing else. It's that easy to deploy your project inside Vercel. It will take a few seconds and it's deployed. Yay, that's all you have to do to deploy your projects. We can view it inside the browser now. That's all you have to do. Would you believe it? You have right now developed a portfolio website in Next.js and deployed it on Vercel. How amazing is that? You should be proud of yourself. Just market it everywhere. Put it on your social profiles. The world is waiting for you to get to know you, to get to know your projects. And that's all we had for today. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you liked it. Hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, and let me know how did you like it in the comment section. Just whatever you had in your mind, put it inside the data.json file. We have one small issue though. We did not put the HTTPS over here with the URL. Because we didn't put the HTTPS, it will uh, the URL will not be generated in the right way. And I'll show you in a while what I'm exactly talking about. So let's put HTTPS over here, save it, and let's just run it over here again to demonstrate what exactly am I talking about right now here. It's live, and we're going to refresh it. Just focus on the left side of the window. You can see now HTTPS and localhost 3000. Here you can see the difference between these two links generated. So what happens is when you don't put HTTPS, it just takes the localhost, whatever the port is, and you won't be able to see or visit the right link. So always put HTTPS over here with your URLs. That's all you have to do, no big deal. And you can do it on your project before pushing it live as well. And by the way, this is the link that I just put over here. Code Genie. I'm consuming the ChatGPT API, and it will generate the responses according to like you do in the ChatGPT. Hey, are you there? Yes, I'm here. How can I help you? That's amazing. That's all from today. This is the website. Showcase your skills. Go on the internet. Market yourself. Thank you for watching. And if you're looking to purchase it, you can buy me a coffee. Find the code over there. Thank you. See you until next time. Take care.